this morning, but not cold like it has been. The sun is out and it's going to be a beautiful day. So I got up about 6 o'clock this morning, 6:15. I was up late working on a writing project. Went in my wife's office. We prayed together as we always do. She wasn't feeling good. She had a massive migraine headache. And this is one of those, she's had them, in her entire life, but this is one of those that she had a lot of online people to talk to. And I think she ended up talking to one and canceling the rest because she had to sit in the dark. She has to sit in the dark, and if she moves too much, she throws up, and which she did a couple of times. So I was supposed to go out with my friend to get coffee at 9. So I had to message him at around 6:30 this morning and tell him I couldn't make it. We'll have to postpone it until maybe Friday if he could do that. And I think that's going to work for him. I made breakfast for my boys like I do about 5 days a week. When my wife goes in her office every morning, Monday through Saturday, I usually fix my boys' breakfast, so that's actually 6 days. She's in there until about noon, and then she'll come out and fix lunch. But I wanted to be home today so I could do lunch, so she wouldn't have to do anything. But I have to go to the post office because I have to ship something. I have to ship this today. This guy, he wants this as soon as possible because it's for his son's birthday. And I always ship as soon as possible. I usually ship same day or the next day of sale. And then I got to run to the Dollar Tree and get a couple of things. And then I'll come back home. Heading down my bumpy road now, going down to the bottom of the mountain. So this morning, I'm trying to not get hit by this dump truck, or garbage truck, rather. This morning I was doing some work at my computer. I'm writing a new book. I just released 2 books. I don't know if you've watched a prior video, but a collection of short stories I released, and a book about looking back 15 years ago when I made one of my independent movies. And I kept a journal back then, or a diary. So I recount some of those memories, talk about it. But as I was doing work, something else, I had YouTube videos playing in the background. I like camping videos. I love camping videos. But anyway, I was just letting them play, commercials and all. And it went to a video about Hank Williams, Sr., about his life, kind of like a documentary. And then they were talking about his big hit, I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry. And then, of course, that reminded me of my dad. That was his favorite singer. My dad was in World War II. He was in the Navy. He was stationed in the Pacific Islands. And he loved Hank Williams. And he got a lot of his 78s, probably all of them. I mean, there's a big, huge stack of 78s. And I inherited those. I still have them. Old 78 RPMs of Hank Williams. And then that started making me think that, I need to go into my shed and find those records, because I have a record player now that actually has the setting to play 78 RPMs. And I remember as a kid listening to them and how they would they wouldn't skip, but you could hear that crackling noise, that just constant crackling noise of the vinyl. And I love that. To me, that's just part of the ambiance when you're sitting there listening to say Hank Williams. And that crackling is just a time period, you know? And of course, all these records, he got them when they originally came out. He didn't buy them after the fact. So they're original to the time of what, the 50s, I guess. But anyway, if I find those, I mean, I'll find them. I should say when I get to looking for them and finding them, because I know they're in my shed, I'll show you. I'll do another video and I'll show you these records, because I haven't seen them in a long time. And I remember with those records, 78, there were 2 other records that Daddy used to play me when I was a kid. And one of them was by, I want to say the guy name is Red Foley, Foley, F-O-L-E-Y, maybe, Red Foley. I think that's who it was. And I believe it was just simply called Chocolate Ice Cream Cone. And he used to play that for me all the time, and I still have that record, Chocolate Ice Cream Cone. I'm trying to get the melody. I can't really, I just remember chocolate ice cream cone, da, 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 da. I don't know, I don't remember. But anyway, the other one was, who sang that? You'll know, probably, but I don't. Anyway, Davy Crockett. Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier, I'm king of the wild frontier. That song. And he used to play those all the time for me. All the time. And incidentally, this is, see, now things are coming together. Back in the 50s, when he used to play all these songs himself, way before me, of course. I'm not that old. But he had a cabinet, RCA cabinet, solid wood. Anyway, it had a record player. I don't know what you actually call them, but a record player in it that would slide out, and it had the AM radio up here. And he gave that to me when I was a kid. And being a kid, you know how kids are. I took the record player and the radio out and threw it away and made just a cabinet out of it. It has the 2 doors that you open. And as I got older, probably, I don't know how old, 10, 9, I glued baseball cards all over it and then shellacked it. I still have that. I still have it. It's in bad condition, but I still have it. I can't come to throw it away or get rid of it. Sell it. Somebody'd buy it. And that, I just remembered that because that relates to the records, because that was the record player he played the 78s on when he and my mother lived down in Everglades City, Florida. They had a house down in Everglades City, Florida, when he was a commercial fisherman, and that's what he used to do. And then just a few miles, my grandmother owned property on Chuckaluski Island. Very small island. When she passed away in 84, I believe it was. I'm not really sure. Anyway, my dad and his brother, my uncle, sold the property for like, I forgot what it was, but my dad got like $25,000 for his share. So it wasn't much, $50,000, $60,000 for the lot. Since then, I looked it up a few years ago, like maybe, well, it's been about 10 years ago since I looked it up. That property was worth about $1.5 million now. So from around 83, 84 to about 10 years ago, 2010 to 2015, it had appreciated to about $1.5 million. I have no idea what it would be worth now. But I haven't been down there since like the 1990s. well, 1990, actually. I went with my step-grandfather. We went down there to a seafood festival, and I saw Mark Chestnut when he was becoming popular. Yeah, they have a seafood festival. I think they have it still every year. And I remember going down there with my step-grandfather, and right in the middle of Everglades City, there's coconut trees. And he made me climb a coconut tree and get a coconut down off one of the trees. Thought I was going to get arrested because, I was, not just a young kid. Well, kind of, but not really. Anyway, there's a lot of these memories that are all just like tied together. But yeah, I went down there and we rode by around Chuckaluski Island, and I wouldn't even have known where my grandmother's property was. She had a lot of fruit trees. She had sugar apples, which are so good. She had sugar apples, she had mangoes, she had sea grapes, she had any kind of tropical like fruit or thing like that grew down in the Everglades area, tropical, climate, she had. And she had like 2 green thumbs. Lush. It was amazing. All that was gone. Apparently, whoever bought the property, I remember in the area there was just like a lot of nice homes now. She lived in an old, like 1940s single-wide trailer. And now there's lavish homes there. It's like resorts almost. Everything's gone as far as the trees and everything. And there was a church next to her property, a Baptist church, because she always complained about them. Well, I won't use her language, but being very loud in their praise. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that, that's my grandmother, But anyway, the Baptist church is gone. It apparently got sold, and, if $1.5 million, $2 million now, $3 million, no wonder it's gone. They probably sold and built somewhere else, for a lot less money and had money to pocket. But anyway, yeah, this all kind of like ties together. Okay, as I've said before, I make these videos for my 2 boys that they're the main target market, because stories like this I want them to hear. Because my dad, when he passed away, he took a lot of stories with him that, number one, I didn't hear because I was stupid and didn't ask. I had too much going on in my life. He had a lot of war stories. He saw it a lot. There were Japanese on the island where he was in the Pacific, and there was so many stories about different things. But anyway, he took those with him, and I don't want to do that. I want to talk about things like this so my boys will have a record of it in case they want to listen to it and watch it. If they don't, more power to them. That means they got more important things to do, and that's fine. Anyway, I love you guys. God loves you. As I always say, read the 91st Psalm, the 23rd Psalm, and the Lord's Prayer. Try to do that every day. I've done that, and it's changed my life. It's changed my life. Protection, supply. It covers everything. So God bless you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.